Hi everyone. Today we are going to see about managing elastic IP. In this lab, we are going to create a elastic IP and allocate with one instance, and then we disallocate from that particular instance and allocate to another instance. So before this, we have to know what is public IP, private IP, and elastic IP. And this is how the public IP and private IP are working. Scope in this private public IP, we can able to access it globally, but private IP we cannot with access globally. We can use within a private network, and elastic IP also we can able to access globally. Internet accessible over the internet. We can able to access the web server web application using the internet, but it is not accessible from the internet. Private IP is not accessible from the internet. Elastic IP is accessible over the internet. And assigned by this public IP is assigned by ISP or cloud providers. And this is internally within a private IP is internally assigned within an organization. And Elastic IP is provided by cloud providers. Which, in this AWS, we can able to create Elastic IP that is provided by cloud provider, and the type can be dynamic or static. Public IP is unique, so it can be sometimes when you are launching instance, in the running state, it have the public one unique public address, IP address, and then when we stop it, the IP address is gone, and when we start the instance, it will come new IP address. It is always a static within a private network. When we creating the instance, it will be static in a private network, and the elastic IP is always unique and static. And the public IP is globally unique. Private IP is in the specific ranges like this, and the elastic IP is globally unique. And the persistence can be changed, dynamic or static. It consistent within a private network, remains the same across the instance stop or start. When you are start the instance or stop the instance, elastic IP remains always same, and the usage is directly used for the internet communication, and used for the internal network communication. It can be reassigned to different instance. In the usage, we can able to reassign the IP to another instances. And in this lab, first we are going to create a Windows instance, Linux instance. Both have the public and private IP. So using this public IP, we can able to access the web page. Private IP remains same, but in this we are going to create a elastic IP. So the public IP will change to elastic IP, and it won't public elastic IP change to public IP, and it won't uh, change. It will be static. So we have a Linux instance. Here we have a public IP address. So stopping this when I'm stopping this instance, This public IP will go on. This is unique only, but it will go on. It will go. Yes, we can see. When I start this instance, it will assign different public IP address. You can see before that we have another public IP address. Now, when I again stop and start the instance, it will assign new public address. Yes, you can see here we have a different public address. So we can again do stop. We have, you can see here, we have 44.2222 dot 243 dot 125 is our public IP address. When I click stop instance, my public IP address will be blank. So here you can see. And then again I start instance, it will give me new public address. Before we have a 44.222 dot something, but now we can see the new public address. Yes, before 42.222 dot something, and now we have a 3.230.0.114. So for this, we are we need to if we need to create a static IP address for our instance, means we have to go elastic IPs, allocate elastic IP address. We are going to create a elastic IP address for our instance. Yes, it's a common we can able to use within a region. So I just click allocate. So here I have a new IP address, custom IP address. So I say, and I click this elastic IP and go to actions, associate elastic IP address. We have to choose for which instance we have to allocate for. I'm going to allocate this elastic IP for Linux instance. Elastic IP associated. So we can able to see this elastic IP 54.85.160.51 to the Linux instance. Now I refresh this page. Yes, we can see this public IP of this Linux instance that we created a new elastic IP and we allocate that elastic IP with this Linux instance. It won't change. It it will be static one. When I stop this instance, it it never release. It will be static. Yes. When in the stopping state, stopped state also, it will remain the same. So here we can see custom IP, elastic IP address we can see. But for Windows, we cannot able to see this elastic. Here we don't see this elastic IP address. So now I'm going to now I'm going to start this instance. Now I'm going to disassociate elastic IP from Linux, and then I'm going to associate it with Windows instance. Going to see how to do this. Click this and go actions. Disassociate elastic IP address. Click this. So I'm going to disassociate from Linux instance. So here you can see the so now it is released from this Linux instance. See, now we can see the public IP will be changed. So I'm going to terminate this instance. Now I'm going to elastic IPs and click this and associate with Windows instance. Yes, you can see this 54.8 same in the elastic IP. Same IP what we created is allocated to Windows instance. So now we can able to copy this public IP address, and if we run in the browser means So using this public IP address, we can able to access the public IP address. So like this, we can create a elastic IP and allocate to particular instance and disassociate the elastic IP address, and then we can able to the associate to another instance. Thank you.